Hello and welcome to episode 45 of the Speed Mooting Partners in Crime podcast. I'm John.
And I'm Hayley.
And slightly delayed this one. Normally you get the episodes on a Friday. This one is coming out 4 days after the event, I think.
Yeah, but it's not our fault.
No. We did record a full episode for you.
It was like 50 minutes long. It
was a good one. And the microphone was not on. So there was no sound. I mean, we could upload it with just us miming, but I don't think that's...
That might be fun.
You never know. People could try... I'm sure AI could probably put words to it or something, and no doubt they could...
If we weren't both Scousers that spoke like 20 miles an hour, maybe they'd be able to do that.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, no sound on that one, and it's kind of pointless. And particularly if you're listening as well, even worse. Imagine if you're on Spotify listening and you switch it on and it's just silence.
It's not what you want.
No.
So this is just a quick hello, because we didn't want you to go a full week without your Partners in Crime podcast. But full episode will come to you on Friday as scheduled. And we talked about some really good content on Friday, so we will make sure you don't miss out.
Yeah, we had some good questions that we answered, so no doubt we'll answer those questions again at some point in the future.
But you still got some good content on Friday, because the latest episode of the Conversations with Counsel episode came out.
It certainly did. That was a good one. Emmeline Davis from Albion Chambers, fellow criminal barrister, no less. So hopefully you enjoyed that episode. They're always good, the episodes with guests on, and hopefully we've got a few more coming out soon. We've got a few.
We've just had one approved today.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Should we tell people what it is? What's coming next?
Yeah, it's a good one.
So this is an episode with Danny Greenland, who is a senior associate at Linklaters, so one of the Magic Circle firms.
Yeah.
And he specialises in... Gosh, what was the name of it? It was...
Oh, yeah, it's 3 letters, isn't it? Telecommunications...
It's like telecoms and... Wait, let me Google it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to... want to make sure I do him justice. I want to say IP, but...
Yeah.
One moment.
Yeah. While Hayley's Googling, I'll name this week's episode.
Okay.
So we're on episode 45. So number 45, we got Michael Jordan, wore number 45 apparently at one point, and from a Formula 1 point of view, 2 temporary numbers. So it was Nick De Vries and Andre Lotterer. So welcome to episode 45, the Michael Jordan, Andre Lotterer and Nick De Vries episode. So back to you, Hayley.
Welcome. So TMT/IP.
So close.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He's appeared on a few of our Q&A sessions, and the podcast was really interesting.
It was one of my favourites so far, because I come from the commercial background, so I was editing and like, whoa, this is a fascinating area to specialise in. I missed out.
Yeah,
no diss to property litigation, but he's doing some really interesting things.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep an eye out for that one. It'll be coming very, very soon.
Yep.
And we recorded another good one last week as well.
Oh yes.
With the Chambers manager from 18 St John Street.
Yeah.
That is a brilliant episode.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting a real good variety of guests at the moment, aren't we?
And that's what we always wanted, didn't we? We didn't want it to be the same thing or the same kinds of people, because our audience aren't the same kinds of people. So what will be pivotal and really interesting for one person is not what another person needs to hear.
But it's also you learn so much as well, because for example, let's say there's aspiring barristers out there, you naturally think, well, I only need to listen to barristers, etc. If you've got any aspirations for a career at the bar, listen to this episode.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. She gives so many great nuggets of information for people who are looking to go down that route. Really
practical advice as well. So, beyond just this is what you need to do to get pupillage, his is all about how you actually live and thrive in a chambers.
Yeah.
Right down to the tips she was saying about how to manage your bank accounts and stuff was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We won't give any more away because you need to watch the podcast.
Listen to it, yeah.
Yeah.
So an update on what's going on with speed mooting. We did was it a post as well as an email on Friday, Hayley?
I don't even think we posted it.
I don't even think we posted it. We said there were 20 places remaining in the competition, and by the end of the weekend, there were 0. I.e., if you haven't signed up yet, I'm afraid you've missed the boat.
No, it was a shame.
Ship has sailed.
We already got one email. I think it was about like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock this morning. And it happens every time. We try to warn you, but it still happens.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's out of stock. Does that mean all the places are gone? Can I go on the reserve list? And we don't operate with a reserve list. Once the places are gone, they're gone. That's why we tell you to snatch them up fast. I mean, this comp isn't happening until the 5th of April, and we're on the 10th of Feb, and there's no spots places left. So we really do mean it when we say places fill up quickly. But don't worry, if you did miss this one, we've got lots more coming through the year, haven't we, John?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got 2 more online competitions, both submission advocacy based, and then we're back in London for the 3rd time ever. That's coming round so fast, isn't it? The autumn is going to be absolutely manic for us because we've got a pupillage fair, an autumn cup, a wedding, and honeymoon.
Yeah, luckily the honeymoon happens last, and it will just be, well, I say we're just chilling on a beach in Mexico, but knowing you, we'll also be running through caves and jumping off cliffs and
we'll be doing
whatever else you have in store for us.
It's going to be mental.
I love, didn't you Clark call you like last week and was offering you something like right before the wedding, and you hadn't told him when you were getting married?
It was during the course of the wedding. He said, can you do a 5-day trial during this week, John? I was like, might be problematic because day 5 is going to be my wedding day. And I realised I'd forgotten to tell me Clarks about it.
Of all the people, like, he's like the first person that you should tell about important dates, and
absolutely.
You forgot to tell him the date you were getting married.
Yeah, crazy.
You did turn down that trial, didn't you?
Got some news for you, Hayley.
But for anyone who's interested in the wedding stuff, we are full steam ahead, aren't we?
We are cracking on.
I went to the Liverpool wedding fair yesterday. That was so much fun. I got to like sit in the VIP section of the catwalk for free because there were seats empty. So the woman was like, "You can sit there if you want." I was like, "Oh, do I?" So that's got me really, really pumped for it, and we've pretty much got everything booked, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, full steam ahead. Literally, the only thing left is suits and a dress for you, isn't it?
Yep.
Some shoes, maybe.
Well, yeah, we'll have to wear shoes and
various
other all the little bits.
It's just a bitty bit, It's like the church, the venue, the DJ, the saxophonist, the violinist, the food, the cars, all sorted.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what's as you say, it's just bitty bits, isn't it?
And to be fair, I am really proud of us because we always had an idea in our heads. Obviously you want the perfect date, and we won't turn this into a wedding podcast, but you want the perfect date, don't you? But we were always on the same page that we didn't want to spend crazy amounts of money on one day, which it's easy. You hear people spending like £30,000-40,000, and we had a budget in mind, and when we set it, I was kind of thinking we're being a bit ambitious, so we're gonna be able to do it, and we actually have kept it within our budget, haven't we?
We've done well there.
Yeah. Maybe we should start another wedding podcast all about how to do a wedding on a reasonable budget.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's still going to be a good wedding. It's not going to, we've not scrimped on anything.
We haven't scrimped on anything. It's stuff that isn't that important to us. We haven't spent crazy amounts of money on, like flowers and things. And my auntie's doing the cake. That's saving us a bit of money. So we found little DIY things and shortcut things along the way. But all the major things, like the venue and the entertainment and stuff, like, it's still top notch, isn't it?
My haggling skills have come in handy as well.
Oh, I hate it when he haggles.
Nice when you save a few quid though.
Yeah. No, I like the outcome of it, but just the process of it, like, it makes me cringe. I want to like jump in and like give people more money. I'm so bad at it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we got an interesting story there, which we won't share now because we're limited on time. But there's a story there about a towel on the beach.
Oh God.
But anyway, I digress.
You'll never let me forget that, will you?
No.
Next time.
If you want to hear that story, comment below. Tell us you want to hear about the towel on the beach. This video is brought to you by Speed Mooting. We are an organisation that help aspiring and junior lawyers. We run online and in-person advocacy and mooting competitions. We do online advocacy and public speaking training, and we run lots of other events to assist people on their legal journey. To learn more, visit our website, speedmooting.com. But anyway, we've probably got time for one question because we do need to keep this quite brief because I'm in the middle of part of the reason we were a bit delayed getting last week's podcast out. We filmed it last minute and then the sound didn't go well is because I'm in the throes of a multi-week, multi-handed trial.
Yep.
And it's a big one. It's a big one and it's kind of taken over a little bit at the moment. So that's why part of the reason we're keeping it a bit brief tonight.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was the question, Hayley?
So we've had a few people ask this same question recently, and it's all about our advocacy club.
Okay.
So for anyone that's listening that doesn't know what it is, do you want to start by just giving an explanation of what it is and how it helps people?
So the Advocacy Club set it up 4 years ago now. In a nutshell, it's a safe place for anyone to practice their advocacy. So it's open to anyone, whether you are an undergraduate, whether you're yet to start your legal studies, you might be in sixth form still, whether you're even in practice, a barrister, solicitor, whatever. It's a club for you where you can practice your advocacy skills. So what we do is we meet twice a month on Zoom, second to last and the last Tuesday of the month at 7:30. We send the papers out 7 days in advance, and everything you need is included in the papers. On the night, you'll come on the Zoom call. I do a briefing at the start, explain what the session's about, etc., etc. Then I'll break you off into small breakout rooms of 3, 4, 5 people, depending on what the exercise is. Within your breakout rooms, you'll each perform that piece of advocacy. And then once you've all performed, you'll all share peer-to-peer feedback within your group. And I should say, at the end of each session, I always give some tips, advice, feedback, etc. in relation to that piece of advocacy.
And people get to ask you questions.
And they get to ask questions as well. So you're getting a direct line of contact with me asking questions. And we get some really, really good questions, don't we?
Yes, we do.
So there's 2 aspects to the club. One meeting every month is focused on either public speaking or debating, and it alternates each month. The second session each month is always legal. So we cover mooting, trial advocacy, that's opening speeches, closing speeches, witness handling, civil submissions, criminal submissions, family submissions, you name it, we pretty much cover it at the Advocacy Club. So it's a really good way to practice practical pieces of advocacy that you will actually come across in court very early in your career. Ooh. So was there a question about the Advocacy Club, Hayley?
There certainly was. So as you've just covered off, so we've got our public speaking and debating advocacy club and our legal advocacy club. Members can join either of those, or they can join our combined club and get the benefits of both worlds.
Okay.
So for people that maybe, juggling lots of other things, studies, personal commitments, what have you, only want to join one club, the question we're being asked is, which club should they join?
What I would say is, if you are very, very new to advocacy, you've done virtually no advocacy whatsoever, virtually no public speaking, and you're really at the stage where you just need to build your confidence and build those core skills, I would say join the public speaking and debating club. Because when you do your speeches, you can do them on anything. You can do it on law, you can do it on non-legal topics, and it's just that chance for you to get confident with speaking in front of a group. And you'll learn all the basics of public speaking, how to speak slowly, how to use gesticulation, how to structure a speech, etc. So you're building those core foundational skills. And then likewise in the debating sessions, we keep them non-controversial. We're all friends here at the Advocacy Club. We start out as friends, we end the meetings as friends. We're not here to debate about, insert controversial topic here. So it's all about fun topics, but you can really get your teeth into them. And so you can practice your adversarial advocacy, putting a point across points in a persuasive way, dealing with what your opponent's arguments might be, dealing with intervention by way of points of interest. So obviously you're practicing judicial intervention there. So if you're brand new to advocacy, that would be my advice. If you are, you've got a little bit more experience and you're looking to develop, specific skills in relation to specific, legal advocacy, then the Legal Advocacy Club is for you, because obviously you get to do your mooting, where you're really thinking about applying the law to a problem and developing submissions that way. The civil and the criminal submissions, whereby you're dealing with case-specific issues and how you present those. And of course, the trial session, whereby you're thinking about witness handling. How do you deal with it with somebody in the witness box? So if you've got that little bit more experience and you're looking to tailor your advocacy towards these legal scenarios, because of course you're going to need them in competitions, real life court, etc., then that's for you. Now, of course, that's not to say that if you're brand new, you can't jump straight into the Legal Advocacy Club. Of course you can.
Well, we've got A-level students that are in there.
Of course we have. So
and we've got solicitors and barristers that are in the Public Speaking Club. So.
Yeah, so it cuts both ways. So in reality, it doesn't matter which one you join. You're going to, there's going to be so much benefit for you there. But if you're going to, put me on the spot and say it's one or the other, that's...
Yeah,
that's the general rule.
Look at your skills. Look at your experience. What are you prioritizing? Do you really need help just nailing on those fundamentals, or does jumping straight into some legal advocacy sound great to you?
Yeah, definitely.
And we should say, we run a very, very flexible membership scheme. So you might do public speaking for a couple of months and go, yeah, you know what? I feel confident enough. I want to try some legal advocacy now. You can just drop us an email and say, switch me over to the combined or switch me over to the legal. It's not, no one's tied in. There's no, you can't change. You can't. No, we're very, very flexible. So
yeah,
just get in touch with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Get in touch. So hopefully that answered that question. And I suppose that'll bring us towards the end of the episode, because we can't go on for too long. We've got a fair few things on, haven't we, Hayley?
Yep.
So we hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. I've enjoyed recording. Have you enjoyed recording it, Hayley?
I've enjoyed it, John.
Perfect. Glad to hear it. And if you are still listening at this point, drop us a comment down below with the word beach towel. And some of our listeners, believe it or not, some of our listeners who listen all the time might not actually be subscribed on the regular channel. So whether it's YouTube, if you watch us on there, or if you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., Google Podcasts even. So if you're not, just take a second just to have a little look and hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And if you've got an extra few seconds on top of that, 3 little dots, this is on Spotify, 3 little dots, give us a 5-star rating, and we will be very, very grateful indeed.
Yeah, it goes a long way. It really helps us, and then it just drives the content. We know what you're liking, what you're not liking, and we want to see all our audience on there in the Speed Squad community, so do subscribe. Just takes a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Any questions for the next one, drop us an email, info@speedmooting.com, DM us on any of our social platforms, or, bang in the hashtag AskSpeedSquad. So until next time, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.